New board day. I probably should be riding this thing today, but I'm so amped about it that I can't help myself. So new board day today. I love new board days, and as fucked up as this, like, yeah, I'll give you the specs at some point, and I'm not telling you anything about it because my first ride up, but you know, I'm my own way, and I get on the lift, I got it hanging from my feet, swinging it, looking at it for the first time, and yeah, one ball, 1910. I'm telling you, it's got a really fucking cool vibe to it. I felt like the Retro Ripper had a really cool vibe to it, and the Retro Ripper is a fucking awesome snowboard. It's so good at what it does, but it specs out like it's got the tightest side cut of any snowboard I've had in 10 fucking years, maybe ever. I've never had a board with an 8.0 side cut. It's fucking retarded, really tight for me. So I'm curious about that. Board's also a little softer than what I'm used to. You know, daily drivers are a 67 wide bird and a 66 titty. And this is, I'm riding a 170 today. It's got exactly the same amount of taper as a titty, but the 66, but the titty's got a 9.0 and stiff, and this is an 8.0 and soft. So we'll see, but the vibe's good, man. I'm telling you what, it feels good so far. You know, all the riding I've done on this lift feels great. .170 Birdman, Son of Birdman, and this is the thing. That three-quarter on that three-quarter taper is fucking sick. The way it rebounds, it's like a perfect ollie tail. You know, like everybody says, oh, you just ollie off the tail. Well, you don't. Like, it's the last flex point, but you really flex the whole board when you're doing an ollie. And the way the camber is in this thing, the way it flexes and the way it pops is fucking sick. And it's a softer board than I typically ride, but I don't really feel it. It charges pretty good. Now, from your front binding to the very nose of the board where the early rise starts and where the camber ends, the difference is 101 centimeters of edge contact, but if you turn it on its side, it's 122. So the nose has got this real long, kind of planky, flat feeling to it. It's almost like rocker in the nose. It feels like a rocker board in the nose. So you're rolling around groomers and stuff, it feels a little swimmy in the front. The rear track's fucking great. Rear is like fucking great. Nose a little bit funny. And then we got a good day, like it's a pretty good day. Like, I ain't gonna lie, snow's pretty good. But the issue I'm having is that, like, I typically ride BRD 67 wides, which is a real wide shovel nose. So it's got pushback. And if I'm not riding that, I'm riding a titty 166, which isn't that wide, but it's stiffer in the front, so it still has the same pushback. This has a different pushback in the nose, and I ride with my front foot heavy, and so I'm really dependent on the feedback I'm getting from the nose of the board. And this is just like, I'm not getting the feedback that I need, and so I'm finding myself riding my back leg too much. It's got plenty of nose, it's not that, it's just feel, like the feel of what you're getting out of the nose of the board. So anyway, I'm gonna put in the whole day today. I'm gonna get some power runs, but just want to get those ideas out. Shit's pretty good. pretty good. A little more riding, I gotta get confidence in that nose, but shit works good. Really good. Really good. It's a fucking sick. It's sick. It's sick. And I know a lot of dudes like they got these that are like big boys. They got them in 165s. And I'm, like I said, I'm 220, 225, 6'4", size 13s. And got the 170. And I got the ones, I might have got 65 had I not heard so many people say, yeah, well, big guys that are 220 plus, you know, like, oh, well, I maybe should have went with the 170, you know, and having ridden this one now and hearing what those guys are talking about, like, yeah, it feels a little squirrely, like, you know, like a little squirrely. Well, the 170 feels a little squirrely. So if you were a big dude that got a 65 and maybe hadn't had any time on a 170 yet, I don't know, I can't argue that there'd be a huge difference, honestly. Is 1.1 millimeter, 11 millimeters of taper, and I'm like a 1.0 taper, anything. I just like a little taper. So this has that. It has fucking tight side cut for me, but it was the profile that drew me to it so much, because the profile looks like an old 80s barfoot twin tip, you know, like, because Chuck was all about those you know, the 3/4 on camber, with camber ended up being underneath the rear foot, you know, and that's how this board is, and it's fucking awesome. It has incredible pop, like it ollies really good, and it, like, you can get, like, you know, not race board, but you can get good exit speed, like good ollie, good tail. Like the gas pedal's fucking pretty good on this, but way better than I don't know, in my head when I was looking at it at home, I said, but it's good. But what's weird about it is, like, understand it's camber board, so it tracks pretty good, but it kind of, like, in a really, really mellow sort of way. And I never rode one of those old La Niñas. Like, it was kind of the same concept a little bit, but not really. Like the newer version of the Son of Birdman, the one that's going to Japan, that's more of a traditional Niña profile. But what it kind of feels like, it kind of feels like your front foot is sitting in the flattest part of the board. So it's like you're like pivoting around your front foot. It's not like, you know, like on a C2 you can pivot from your middle, like you pivot in the middle of the board when the board's light and it's not like loaded, you can kind of rotate it from the middle. This feels like you can kind of, not as dramatic, but it rotates, kind of pivots right underneath your front foot, which is sick. I mean, it's a little to get used to because it's not tracking in the nose like a camber all the way to the tip. It's not tracking like that. My very first BRD, it was a 162, and the early rise on that board, like for where I have my bindings, literally starts at the front binding. Like we're at the end of my front binding, it immediately starts going up. So it has that real fucking pivoty feeling in the front foot, and I fucking love it. You see a video on that, like I did a review on that, and it's like it was the first board that I had gotten that had a lot of taper after riding symmetrical boards for fucking 20 years. But so I was getting used to it, but that pivot was rad. And so this is a 170, so it's got float, fucking shit ton of float, but it's also got like the pivot quality, the quick turn quality of that 62 Bird, which is one of the turniest fucking boards I know of. But man, so far so good. I'm fucking amped. This fucking board is good. It's fucking good. It ain't too soft. It's good. This is day 2 on this bad boy right here. Day 2 of riding this bad boy. All right, banger. But I like to try to get on the camera. I don't like to ride around and then get back somewhere to a, I don't know, fucking desk or something and talk about what I think I remember about it. This 170 Son of Birdman, when you put it on edge, it feels long and stable because, you know, you're on all the edge. But when you're riding it flatboard and like you're in the trees and stuff, and you're in snow where you got some float or whatever, it pivots and it rotates and it feels loose and feels a lot shorter when you're in POW and in trees and in the timber and stuff like that. It just got this, like, the front foot, just the way the early rise is, where the edge contact comes down, all that all plays into this. I mean, it's way more nimble than I was expecting, and the 8.0 side cut helps with a board that you want. So it's long, but it turns like a quick little board. It's kind of cool. Me and this board came to an agreement in that last run. It's the end of this proper end of my second day, and the snow's good. It got a little warm today, so it's like, it's not wet, it's just it's a little packy, and so you get like a lot of rebound, which is rad, because when the snow gets a little heavier like this and whatever, you can really kind of study the rebound and camber and how the camber's laid out, just because you're getting so much feedback. You know, it's just kind of packy. It's not like blower pow, and it's not like a hard groom or anything. So that all said, the camber in this board, man, like where it's at and how it works and how it, like, man, I fucking like it. I wish I was younger so I'd spring in my legs to ollie it better, but it, like, it's fucking pretty awesome, man. If you got one of these, you're fucking amped. And like I said earlier, like, I don't think you need, if you're a big boy, I don't think you need a 170, man. Like, these are still my turns right here. I turned on that tree right there, but these are tight, you know, and that's like a haha. But I don't know, man, it feels nimble like a 62 fish, but it holds speed. It doesn't, just the material, the material length of the board, you know how it changes the resonance. So how the board is like a short soft board, fucking flappy, long kind of, you know, it's a medium, this is a medium flex board, but the way it absorbs resonation and flex, whatever, it's just right. It's just right. I was at home last night thinking about this guy, and so it's gonna be my third day on it, but I was talking to my buddy Cobb last night on the phone about this board. I was talking to Steve about this board. I'm like, shit, man, it's like it's side cut and the way it bends or whatever. It's a kind of board that you almost use like a surfboard, you know, to pump, to get speed out of the bottom to get up to the top, you know, like how you work. Like, and I'm like, fuck, man, it's like, and he's like, well, yeah, that's the whole concept. The original concept for the Birdman, the fucking C2, is that it said it's a skate banana. The board at the same time of that year was called skate banana. It was a skate banana with an extended nose, right? So it feels like a skateboard just with an extended nose. And I'm talking to him about this board, because that's how it felt, like, you know, like old days on a skateboard, like you'd be, you know, rolling into a tranny, you know, you want to get one, and you try to get after it, get more, whatever. This board does that, like not any other boards that I have. It's got that, I don't know, man, a drive to it. Skunk tooth camber. That board has got a fucking accelerator in the back. It's it's kind of, it's mid soft, you know, so I can't say it's a stiff board. The nose feels, this nose is you know, got good flex in it, and the tail of that board is just fucking rip. It's a gas pedal for days. So day 3 on this bird, Son of Birdman. It got warm, and so all the cat tracks and all the flat ground stuff, like when you just want to ride a board flat, I'm recognizing that bevel much more dramatically on today's snow conditions, because you're not sinking in it right now. You're on top of it, it's all packed out, a little wet, and the bevel, when you really start, when you feel that, it makes the board feel really short, kind of not ultra stable, and nice. It's got camber, but it doesn't track like a camber. It actually on today's snow acts a little like a C2, in that it's like a C2. When you're on it, it pivots, like it's bound to pivot. Unweighted, it's bound to pivot. You know, this thing pivots like in the same way. It's weird. It's weird. It's something you should consider. Like I said, I put a straight edge on it last night because I kind of felt it in day before yesterday's snow. Anyway, it's like, yeah, fuck, man, there's a bevel in there, and it's not so bad you couldn't take it out on a grinder. And I think I might on this one. I think I might, just because I think it'll track better, be a little more responsive. It'll make it worse paddleboard though, because I'm a big believer in a bevel and pow. Big believer in it. This board feels like that has that gas pedal that the Skunk 2 does, camber, but Skunk 2 camber being 10, this is like a 5 or 6, but it's the same feeling. It's the same accelerator pedal. The way this has got that setback camber in there, that it accelerates better. In hard snow, it accelerates better than it brakes, but in soft snow and like chunder and shit like that, it's dead even. It's balanced really good. Ooh, that's a word I haven't used about a snowboard. It's a very well balanced snowboard.